It's Wednesday, July 28th here in Seoul. Hey everyone, it's Debbie from Korea Now with the headlines for today.
The capital city of Seoul has been going through tropical nights for the past week, meaning temperatures remained above 25 degrees Celsius during nighttime. Other major cities like Incheon, Jeju, and Busan were also experiencing tropical nights for more than 7 consecutive days. Although some rain is in the forecast nationwide on Saturday, Korea's weather agency says the heat wave will continue until at least early August. Experts are warning that the intense heat can be deadly. In fact, around 10 people have died from heat-related illnesses this year, including a construction worker in his 50s and a soldier in his 20s. The International Monetary Fund has raised its growth outlook for South Korea this year to 4.3% on Tuesday. Now, this was a sharp rise from its previous estimate of 3.6% in April. The IMF also revised up next year's growth outlook for Korea to 3.4% from 2.8%. This comes as the South Korean economy is on solid track to recovery on the back of strong exports and improving domestic demand. But since the report was based on situations until the second week of July, it's likely that the IMF did not fully reflect the downside economic risks caused by the recent flare-up of COVID-19 here in South Korea. Meanwhile, the IMF lowered its forecast for Korea's debt-to-GDP ratio for this year, citing the accelerating economic recovery. The two Koreas have reopened direct communication hotlines after a 13-month hiatus. The hotlines were restored starting at 10 a.m. on Tuesday under a surprise agreement between President Moon Jae-in and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The two leaders have been exchanging personal letters several times since April. North Korea cut off all communication lines with South Korea in June last year in protest over Seoul's failure to stop activists from sending anti-Pyongyang leaflets across the border. Both South and North Korea agree that they expect the reopening of communications to have positive effects on improving their relations. But for now, Seoul has no plans to send a special envoy to Pyongyang due to the restraints of COVID-19. The United States welcomed the reopening of communication lines between the two Koreas, saying it supports inter-Korean dialogue and engagement. U.S. Defense Chief Lloyd Austin also said Washington remains open to dialogue with Pyongyang.
And those are your top stories. For full-length articles, you can check out our official website, linked down below. As always, make sure to subscribe to Korea Now for more daily updates.